So there's a lot of click together flooring that you can use
Yep.
now that doesn't really take a professional. You can kind of read the instructions. You can watch a YouTube video. The tools to assemble are pretty cheap, except
Mhm.
for probably like a saw, which most people have a way to cut something.
I've done it though, where you just use a square and a box cutter, and you
Hmm.
score it and
Yep.
snap it, and
Hmm.
oftentimes where you're cutting it, it's going to be under trim anyways.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
Yep.
um,
So you go,
so you
what if
don't
my
even
cut's
need to
not?
get
Yeah.
a miter saw for
Yeah.
it. So,
Exactly. And you can cut them with skill saws too. Just
sure,
put a good blade on
sure.
there, and you're fine. Or most people have a chop saw. Chop saws are pretty inexpensive these days. And also they have a tool where you can it's just done with pressure. Like I have one of those too, so it's no dust and it just snaps. It's got a blade that comes down and just breaks it.
Sure.
As long as it's not too thick. But like you can do laminate
Yep.
floors, luxury vinyl is good. A lot of people are
So
doing
what are
that.
the differences between the laminate click together and LVP?
Yeah, so the vinyl is the surfaces are different. So pay attention to the surface of the material. Make sure it's going to be scratch resistant, or be able to be durable enough to hold up whatever your living conditions are. If you have pets, you kind of want to think about that. Is it going to be a lot of stuff now is water resistant, so you
Mhm.
can use it throughout the whole house, even in the bathrooms. It's not waterproof, but it does pretty well. I have some of that in my house, and there's water that gets on it from the shower occasionally. Never had a problem with it. You just wipe it up when you see it. But even it can sit on there sometimes for like 72 hours. They'll be rated for. So that's really nice because it didn't used to be like that.
So it's my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, but that so the vinyl is more water
Hmm.
resistant, more waterproof than the
Hmm.
laminate,
Yep.
but that the vinyl will dent more easily
Hmm.
from heavy furniture than
You
the
can,
laminate
yeah,
will. So you've
yeah.
kind of got these two, pluses and minuses to
Hmm.
each that you have to weigh,
Yeah.
but they're really similar and both relatively
Yeah.
inexpensive
So
and
just look at
definitely
look at the
DIY
uses that you
able.
want to use for it,
Yeah.
and then determine which product's best for you. It's not going to necessarily be like one is junk and the other's not. It's just more like what are you going to use it for?
Right.
Um, And the other thing too is what's nice about that is you can come in, you can knock that out in a weekend.
Yeah.
Pull your trim off of the walls, do it carefully if you want to reuse it.
Mhm.
Then of course you're gonna have to do some caulking and painting and a little bit of assembly to put that back on there. But if you get you and your buddy or your wife or your spouse or whoever it is, and you guys just kind of tackle it, you can get through it pretty quick.
Yep.
And then it's a lot of fun. It makes a big change really, really fast.